Hey!
Happy freaking holidays.
Yeah,
Dark
dude.
Brew Podcast is
This
back. Still
I'm
not
Dark Side.
canceled.
This is TheBrueCru. And that's us.
We're still not canceled. Can you believe it, Dark? I didn't think we'd make it this far. I'm just kidding. I knew we would, but
I don't think anybody has the power to do that yet, except us. So that's good on us.
yeah, I guess we could cancel ourselves.
Yeah, but
we enjoy
there's so many
much.
people. There's so many people in pop culture today canceling themselves. Indirectly or directly. So we're going to try to stick with it. No unscrupulous means by us. You have our word.
So I hope all of our listeners had a very merry holiday. For whatever you celebrated, had time, relaxed, enjoyed each other's company. Maybe got some wonderful new gifts to play around with in game or around gaming. I know I certainly did. How about you,
My
Dark?
little toys, yeah. Me, I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting. I didn't really. I don't know. I'm biding my time. Biding my time until, I feel like getting some gifts for myself.
I got a new headset
No,
this
Christmas
year.
is great. What'd you get?
I got a new headset this year. One of the Steel Series headsets. You see a lot of PC pros using. I'm pretty excited. The sound quality, I was in game for 20 minutes yesterday. And just listening in, and the sound quality is real good. Real good.
That's important, and that's really great. I should invest in a better headset for gaming, but yeah, what I got's good enough for now.
I also got some
Christmas
treats
is
for the
great.
stream, which I'm excited to use.
Oh yeah.
Check me out, BrueCru. Twitch.tv/BrueCru. Give me a follow, give me a sub. Come hang out with the fam. It's a damn good time.
Yeah, it always is. When we come together, we have a splendiferous time. Fun and excitement. Any surprises? Did you get any gifts? Any cool gifts from the fam you weren't expecting to get?
Honestly, I got a crock pot, and I didn't expect a crock pot, but damn, I'm happy I got one because I'm not much of a cook. I live the classic like bachelor lifestyle of like, you eat out a lot or you make easy to cook meals. So I think the crock pot's going to be the way into me like actually starting to cook.
Well, it's an easy way. I think you can just throw stuff in there and just chill, right?
Yeah, it's better than having, McDonald's, Burger King, and Arby's on rotation through the week.
Yeah, I mean, you could possibly make that a little healthier.
Exactly.
But hey,
So we're going to do some
this
roasts.
is your one-way ticket into making meat softer, sautéing things. What?
Because, like, I can grill.
What you want to do?
But it's fucking winter, so I don't want to grill. I'm a fair weather griller.
I don't picture many people out in the snowy cold of Pennsylvania just grilling with their mittens
some people
on.
like their meat,
I mean, I could see that, but I'd like to see that actually. Grill in the snow, people. Come on, hot, cold.
Just shovel a little
Good.
path through the snow to your grill, and the grill does the rest.
It heats up. It's not scared of the cold.
So what do we got on today's podcast for the listeners, Dark?
That's so much for the. Can I say adoring fans? Is that a little too presumptuous at this time?
I don't think so.
Are we okay? They adore us. We're a hit. Netflix will pick us up for something soon.
But we got all kinds of fun stuff. I get to quiz Darkside this week, which I'm excited to do.
Oh!
Bit of a different kind of quiz, though. But it'll be fun nonetheless.
if it's about human anatomy, I'm pretty good.
We're also going to talk a little dungeons and a little 2021 recap.
What a much better year, I have to say, as compared to the year prior. I mean, how could it be worse?
Looking back, absolutely right. Absolutely right. But first, we got to get, of course, to our sponsor. This week, Whiterun presents the Real Guards of Skyrim.
The Real Guards of Skyrim.
Fancy yourself a true adventurer? The Skyrim Guard knows what it takes to be a real hero.
Real hero.
Far and wide they traveled until they took an arrow to the knee.
They took so many arrows to the knee.
Always recruiting and protecting the peace, Skyrim Guards do their duty and drink plenty of mead. Better keep your hands to yourself in the rift, or they'll lock you up. Thank you to these real guards of Skyrim.
Those real guards of Skyrim.
Those are good people out there over in the guards in Skyrim. A lot of culture.
I have to say, I don't care for them much. But they're our sponsors, so hey.
Dark, we can't say that on air, dude. We love the guards. Guards are our favorite. We love guards.
We'll cut this.
Make a note for Steve right here.
Steve.
Okay.
Shout out to our editor, Steve. All you do. Appreciate it. Man, what an editor.
But yeah, we love guards. We're thankful to have them sponsoring today's show. Although we may talk about some things in which they don't approve of, that's kind of our call, and not theirs. So
they're a little judgmental.
We did the read for them. All right.
That's good. Guards, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can anybody clarify this out there? I thought guards weren't yellow bars, like in the beginning times of the game. I think you used to be able to kill guards, like before I came to play this game many years ago. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah,
Do we have a
comment
comment section?
on the video or on the podcast. You should be able to comment below. Let us know.
Yeah,
because I don't know either.
Yeah,
you're right. That's before my time. My true
when it was a lawless, reckless,
I should say,
time. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a good point.
Because I want to say like they would just kill the guards and take everything, like up by the Undaunted. You know, when you get your Undaunted quest.
Undaunted.
Mm-hmm. There's one thing they're not. It's daunted. They want you to know that.
Fucking nailed it, dude. There's one thing they're not. Can't daunt them. You know what I'm saying?
And if there's one title that's bugged for my main, it's the Truly Undaunted title, which I can get on other tins, but it won't unlock for my main.
Some shit that it's on your main. You got the bug on literally your main tune that you're trying to collect everything on.
I stopped sitting in tickets because after about the 7th, 8th ticket and no reply, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not truly undaunted.
I count you as
I can
brother.
I can flawlessly conquer Maelstrom, but I'm daunted somehow.
Dude, that's a sweaty title right there.
It's all right, man. It's all right. Then Wick got it, so I was like, well, can't be that tough. No, I'm just kidding, Wick. That was a great job. You spent a lot of time in there.
I mean, like, I'm sure it's been easier. As the game exists, it gets easier and easier based on sets and available.
Yeah, some of the stuff. It's still tough to do that, though. It's not easy. The Vadashran one is the one I really hit hard there, and then had a crushing defeat, and haven't gone back in. It's been a couple months. That's all right. That's okay. These things happen.
It's what we work for.
It's
what we play for. That sweet satisfaction.
Well, all the disappointments you experience, they the achieving it finally that much better. So just remember that. All the times you're like, oh man, this is awful. It's the third week in a row been in here. I can't get it. It'll be worth it once you get it.
Absolutely. The longer you delay
that phone will go to one hard mode.
Whew.
You'll get it.
Didn't you guys just do a hard mode the other night?
We did a couple of them that night.
Yeah, weren't you in a group rocking them out?
I didn't have a cauldron hard mode for some reason. Just never got it. I was absent during our prog. So my buddies in my prog, they helped me go get it. Gerb, Dab, Crispy.
Good folk.
Whoop. And then we went and got Stone Garden hard mode, which slightly less, more hard, not less. But it's a breeze too. Once you get the stuff down, man, and I just want more of it, all the triple bangs.
Knocking out hard modes is a lot of fun, especially if you can get multiple in a night for like clears you didn't have prior. That feels good.
And ladies and gentlemen out there listening, or whatever you consider yourself, Purple Hippo, if you're in California, listen, Brue is the master. TheBrueCru right here, my co-host. He can step into a hard mode and just, he's the janitor, dude. He's the dude that comes in and just cleans up the mess, puts the cat litter on the vomit. He's the guy that makes it happen. Just a fucking ringer. So just know that.
I have
if he's available. He's very busy, awesome man.
But no, I play conservative in times like that because I don't want to be the guy that dies. So while I knock my DPS down a couple K, but I throw on a shield.
That's okay. That's how you game.
You know.
That's beautiful. You've done it time and time again. I've seen it.
Thank you, man.
Great.
I appreciate those kinds of words.
Yeah, especially as a guild master that comes in and just rocks the house and helps you out. I mean, what else can you want from your guild master? You're rocking it.
The tricky part comes to the time and availability. I wish I could help so many people in the guild do all this kind of content, but I just don't have the time.
I'm appreciative you're here for me. For those of y'all listening, I did not feel good when we were supposed to record this earlier today. I don't know what was wrong with me.
Yeah, you had me a little worried.
I was a little worried. I thought I was getting like the Omicron or the Megatron or whatever it's called.
The Optimus Prime, yeah.
You don't want that variant. No.
No.
But I feel better. Now. I'm a little bit dizzy. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, and this always makes me happy. So you know what? After this podcast, I might collapse and die. It might just be the sheer adrenaline and the fun factor keeping me alive at this point. So just know that. just know that out there. That's how much happiness this brings.
It's keeping him talking, keeping those lips moving.
Keeps me alive. Just like the cries of children. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Shit.
Away.
We'll cut that.
Cut that, Steve. Thanks, bro. So what's up, man? You want to save this little trivia for later? You want to talk about some of the year we've had, the year we're going into?
I want to do a little recap because it's been heavy on my mind lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a momentous year, both in-game and out-of-game. But I'll talk about in-game for the most part. We'll focus on the ESO aspect. I mean, let's think back to January 2020 and where a young Brue was residing. In a previous guild, under a previous regime. Not doing the greatest, you know. Coming out of 2020, we were a little butthurt. A little upset with the world. And then this year has just been such a flip. So
it's been really cool.
We get kicked from NIB.
Night and day.
We say, oh, that sucks. But oh well, we're on to newer and better
We'll have
things.
at a later point, probably another episode, we may have to dissect that a little bit and just kind of go through because I know there's going to be people that are like, we don't know. And then we stepped into a situation at that point, and this is where the Dynasty of Tamriel, the current guild that we're in, kind of really formed through that other guild. But that was from a previous guild too, the Clovian Empire. So
which
it's
is
interesting to see
ironic
also
to
the
a
cycle
point.
of
Yeah,
like
it's like
the evolution of things.
I gotta ask myself, when am I gonna be the guy that like there's gonna be a splinter off, or you know, I try not to think that way, but guilds are cyclical.
And that's what keeps you prudent and wise, is that you don't have to fear. And so what? There's only so much you can control, and you do a good job of leading from a standpoint of, hey, let's get along, let's be happy, let's be constructive, let's help each other, and you are involved, and that trickles all the way down through the guild. And there's always going to be people that disagree or feel snubbed or this and that or little feelings because we're human. But the consistency at which your temperament and everything else that speaks a lot, and your fair treatment of that's what it's all about, because
That's the goal.
this is a community for us all to come to, man. So
Because you're right, there's only so much I can do as
good job.
myself, but we have wonderful moderators. We have wonderful leaders in the guild. Dark is obviously one of them. But, it's not just me. Yes, I inspire others, which is great, and I'm glad that I do. But, I have life as well. I have a real 9 to 5 job, 9 to 6 job that I work. I have other things as a family to attend to, relationships to keep on track. Like, I have life happening as well. So to have senators and counselors, the moderators and leaders of the guild, actively doing content with other people, actively grouping up and chatting in the chats. Now, not all moderators. Some prefer to be more in the shadows, but still valuable nonetheless.
Of course, yeah.
That's,
Help, we're a team.
it
We're a
trickles
team.
down. I like that. But yeah,
The
so
common
in
goal
March, I got kicked from Nib, and we formed Dot in Dynasty of Tamriel. It has blown up farther than I ever thought it would make, to be honest. I thought, okay, we'll get, 80 to 100 people from Nib who we liked playing together. We all saw we were progressing kind of together. So he said, fuck it. Like, I knew I could count on a good number of people to come with me. But we're at close to 300 now. I mean, the guild's not even a year old. We've had active guild traders. We have active Discord, which, speaking of, I need to work on the Discord this week. There's such a great community, and through the year, it's only grown. And that's why this year has just been such a fascinating year and a wonderful year. I'm at the point where I get to start creating content now for the guild and people outside of the guild even that appreciate what I do, that support what I do. It blows me away. And hey, 2022's coming. It's only going to get better. So that's kind of like
dude,
the social
it's so cool. Your gaming evolution, especially at your age, it's such a perfect time, not just you, perfect for other people, but it's such a great time to be a gamer and to get in on this and to be a tech guru like you are. Like, I know, man, because I'm the same way. It's great. I'm actually in game right now. I said I'm doing the podcast. He wants to shout out. There's Scoob.
Scoobs is on?
Scoob, Purdy Pat said, shout D's. So
Shout out Purdy Pat's nuts. And so, like, the social side of my year has been fantastic. And then in terms of, like, content, wow. We're knocking out triple bangs these days. We're going for perfecto runs and doing all this crazy stuff in a short year. I was struggling to get vet DLC dungeon clears, trial clears last year.
Yeah.
I was working through that. And so,
How you doing on different tunes? You getting it done, like here, there, different roles?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
we've mixed it up. The beginning of this year, what I would focus on, I was a Stamden at the beginning of 2021. And then Stam fell out of grace, so I switched to Mag. I made a Mag Crow. Got even more difficult content done through the summer. And then this fall, I made a Mag Blade. And now we're going even harder. It's all about finding the class, finding the fun in the game. Yeah, I kind of chased what was meta. I kind of, I wanted to still be... If I could get higher hitting numbers without having to change much, just like slotting stuff, I liked that. I am not a parsing guru. I don't like to parse. It's my Achilles heel. That if I were to actually spend time parsing, I bet I'd do pretty well. So if like meta changes and I can gain 6K just by putting on a different set or something, I'll go grind out that set and go get it rather than sit and parse to try and get 5 more K.
Yeah, and that's okay. And it's, for me, parsing's important to know where you're at and know your rotation and get it down. But the thing about number climbing and getting everything locked down, good luck having that happen in content unless you're standing and stacking. And it's more about, in content, keeping up, being not necessarily careful, but like while you're moving, doing your parse rotation perfect, something interrupts you. What are you going to do? Are you going to start over? Are you going to keep going from where your parse was? It's based upon a lot of factors, and none of that's ever talked about in parsing because you don't face any danger in parsing, and you can stand still. You don't need your sticks. You don't need to move your right or left stick at all. That's the difference.
I think we should have a whole episode on parsing too.
Oh my God, we could have a whole series.
There are debates that occur about parsing that just, we would have to take a deep dive.
And you know what, real quick, because yeah, you're right. I know we don't get too much into this, but I think the biggest thing with parsing is the people that can parse and do it that's not a problem. And it's not really controversial. It's people that struggle with the DPS. They don't have a go point to go from to anywhere because they can't get to where they need. So parsing becomes a negatively associated thing. I hate parsing because I can't hit my numbers. I'm getting frustrated. You know what? This dungeon, they want to know how much I'm hitting. I'm discouraged now, and that sucks because I've been there, and it's a necessity in this game for DPS at the high level.
It's a necessity for any game, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
But either way,
and not even DPS. You can go like practice your rotation, doing other stuff as a tank. Not to figure out your damage. Anyway, we should move on.
we
Parsing.
could be in here forever on parsing, but besides that,
hot button topic.
I've my latest the Mag Blade here in the end of 2021 has been fantastic. I've been loving every second of it. I don't even have the time enough to play as much as I'd like to. During the holidays, I'm seeing family and enjoying my time with loved ones. So I'm excited that in January to start. We're grinding again. We got things to do, achievements to get, things to learn. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll get serious about a support class this year. I mean, 2022 possibilities are.
I told you I was going to make my tank next August. I've already done some hard modes with it. I couldn't wait.
Brue, mark it down. August 12th. I'm going to make a tank in exactly 1 year. All right, Dark. I'll keep track.
That was from this last August, like 3-4 months ago. So I upped the timetable a little bit. I did. And now all these tanks that want a DPS want me to come tank for them. And that's fine. That's the beauty of it. We can all help each other out. Get achievements on all the tunes. What this year can you, besides ESO, gaming wise, what any other games either this last year that you were surprised by that you were able to play, or things you're looking forward to coming like soon?
That's a good question. Well, this year I also built a PC, so like I've been exploring the PC world, and
that's race.
I mean, I've always known of Steam. I didn't know about the Steam Deck that was coming. We talked about that in a previous episode. But seeing what all is on Steam for what prices. So, like, I've gone back and played Age of Empires this year a good bit. I've gone back and played, like, Idle Click Your Heroes and, like, other, like, just fun Flash games and light games, so to speak. The only, like, I've been playing a little ESO on the PC just so that I have, like, a base that I can potentially give away stuff for PCNA, or if streaming takes off, play more on PC because there's a bigger audience there as well. Potentially
neat.
expand the guild. Like, there's a lot of opportunities to join the PCNA server, but we'll see if I truly put a lot of time into it because I'm very Xbox heavy. But yeah, dude, just exploring PC gaming has been my 2021. That's a good question.
Yeah, because it's a whole vast world out there, man. And PC gaming, like I love console gaming. I'm not an elitist when it comes to PC, but oh my goodness, especially nowadays, you got a pretty decent rig. It just stuff looks so amazing and so quick. And there's some exciting stuff coming out. You know, there's unfortunately still PC exclusives. Fortunately and unfortunately, a lot of them's going. Looks like going to Xbox. What's up?
I'm trying to think of any other games that kind of like caught my eye this year. I did play a COD this year. I got into Borderlands, the pre-sequel, a bit this year.
Fun game. Yeah, fun stuff.
Um,
Tiny Tina's Wonderland, all
Yeah.
that. That's the expansion for that. Oops, sorry about that.
that's pretty much it though. I've been very ESO heavy. And then Fortnite is like my off game that I play with some high school buddies.
Yeah, pal around, have a little fun.
So it's been a hell of a 2021. How about for you, Dark? Tell me about Darkside's 2021 recap. What was life like?
Honestly, it's been heavy in ESO. Logged a lot of hours. Got around a bit, No Man's Sky, got some updates. I love flying through the universe. That was kind of fun. Messed around with that. There's a couple of games I really didn't get to play, the new Ghost Recon yet, or Far Cry 6 I want to delve into. Just so much other stuff. And there's been some good stuff on Game Pass. I've been able to go back and kind of play through even older titles from like Xbox 360 because I kind of consider myself, I'll play retro games, I'll play any games as long as it's a good game. And to figure that out, you got to sometimes go play them. You can't always trust the reviews. Usually stay away from the really stinky ones. But some of these co-op games too, or like, good old classics, Rocket League, go back to. I love doing that with buddies.
Lint Liquors.
There's some good stuff coming out, man, soon that I am really into. God of War on PC.
Oh shit, you play God of War on PC?
Well, it's coming out for PC, I think, January 14th. For those out there that don't know about the Steam that he was just talking about, Gabe Newell's company, the one that made Half-Life and all that, Steam, the biggest conglomerate for like easy to access computer games on your computer. They're coming out with a Steam Deck, which is their portable device, and that will be really interesting because that'll be their first thing they've ever come out with, any kind of gaming device, I believe. Steam has just been a platform and a developer for so long. But Gabe Newell, the head of that company, seems to know what he's doing. Multi-billionaire. And you know what's weird? I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Gabe Newell. He's a big dude. Like a old hippie, big dude. And some company, I saw this weird gaming story a few months ago, like on Gamertags. Some Chinese company was selling his underwear. Like tidy whities.
What?
Yes.
I'm looking at this guy now.
I don't think he'd worn them, but they were like Gabe Newell branded or something. And I was like, that's the weirdest. Who the fuck would want that? But it's China or Japan or, they sell a bunch of weird shit. Gran Turismo 7 comes out this year. There's a lot of stuff. Elden Ring, of course, comes out, I think, February. Did
you play New World at all? Or see anything about New World? Amazon's new blockbuster MMO.
You know what? I may be cool, but I'm also going, let's wait and see.
Let's see what the life of the MMO is.
What's the horrible one that Microsoft did? Tried to recreate Halo. Only can't think of it because it's so awful. It's on Game Pass right now. It's up towards the top, the A section.
Destiny? Anthem.
No, Anthem. I mean, Destiny's so much better than Anthem. Anthem was just such a failure.
Even Destiny I faded out of. Like, Destiny didn't have the long-term, like, end game. I struggled with Destiny end game.
Beautiful game. Fun to play with friends. Great shooter, fantasy, futuristic, outer space.
Mm-hmm.
Fun, awesome speeder bikes, beautiful, and just a little shallow on the end game. And then that's why they, made everything free, I think, and threw it on Game Pass and tried to get people back into it. But when it first came out a long time ago, 2015, 16, whenever, I was into the first one. But yeah,
I even played 2 for a while. I made the switch from 1 to 2, but then I just phased out on 2. Like, I don't know. Because that was still, I don't get it. Everyone was just saying, okay, we're going to make a game that's long-lasting. But Destiny said, nope, we're making 2. And now we're stuck with just Destiny 2 until it dies. And, I don't think they'd ever make a Destiny 3. It's like, I don't think there's going to be another Halo for a while, if ever. They're just going to keep adding to, the base game, quote-unquote.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see. They could release a battle royale version, or how they do. Who knows? Or different monetized, or updated different, or a single player. There's a Starship Troopers game coming out this year.
A what game?
Starship Troopers. Do you remember that movie?
No. Let me Google.
It's one of my favorite movies of the '90s. It had Neil Patrick Harris. It had Casper Dien.
Okay. I've seen
and what's their
memes of that before.
Great movie. The first one. They ended up making a bunch of them. Those they kind of got B movie kind of. But the first one, dude, you should definitely watch that sometime. You'll love it. It's a great movie. It's a comic book adapted movie, and they stay true to this theme, the stylization of the movie is really good, along with it's just a cool movie. Yeah, there's supposed to be some really good stuff coming out this year, man. I'm wanting to know when the next Grand Theft Auto, when they're gonna tell when that's gonna be released. 2024. What, 25? Who knows, man? It's been way too long.
I'm having a hard time seeing games that aren't very campaign heavy, making sequels or, more to the series. So GTA Online's gonna be forever, and it's just gonna adapt to whatever the campaign is. But I can see GTA making GTA 6, 7, 8, however many they want.
Well, GTA 5 is still making so much revenue from their online shark cards revenue.
Yeah.
That they just release a DLC every now and then, because that world is so awesome and big and full of just toys and stuff to play with. And Gerb and I were talking about that the other day. I think somebody else going back and doing the heists now, with the group. Because I never got to play with my close friends. I had to do some heists with some Mexicans. They didn't understand English. that was fun.
I never played seriously enough to even know what online was like.
It's so fun, dude. GTA 5 online is probably the most fun you can have with a small group of friends. Period. It's just great. Yeah, man. Pulling heists, robbing casinos together, then flying away in your Back to the Future DeLorean cars. I mean, come on, man. You can do anything in that game.
You can really do anything.
What about the VR? Have you gotten an Oculus? You've been playing around with that at all?
No, I've only ever tried I've tried the Oculus at a friend's house. Pretty cool. But the only thing I've personally had is the Google Daydream, where basically you just put your phone into the headset.
Yeah, I have it too.
And I was okay, well,
if you have a controller with one of those, it makes it a little bit easier. Some of those you can use your Bluetooth controller with your phone, and it'll work with it. So it's almost like
I haven't tried
cool
it in a long
VR.
time. I wasn't thrilled with the experience that I was like, oh yeah, this is cool gaming. The games just don't have enough depth for me.
It does have a little ways to go before I think it's optimized for super cool stuff to do together in groups. But there's already some games out there that are pretty cool like that. But we are in the infancy of the real VR, right? Like we were talking about that VR, quote unquote VR device, the iPhone 1 or whatever back in the 80s that was $50,000. I need to look up some gameplay on that, or like what it couldn't have looked good at all. And I just imagine some rich fuck, more money than anything, trying to impress his date at his house. Check it out, I got the new VR. It's virtual reality. It's just like life. She puts it on, and it's fucking like 3 polygons. Oh, yeah, it's 50,000,
I would love for VR to take off. Like, thinking about playing ESO in VR seems awesome to me.
If it works, yeah, right. Because Skyrim they did Skyrim in VR, and it was awful.
Yeah, but the infrastructure is not there yet. The computer power is not there yet, I guess, to truly be able to render.
Well, you're not walking around; you're like moving with your dick, like teleporting like 5 feet, and it just takes you out of it a little bit, right? You're casting a spell, and now I got to shuffle 5, it's like trip to move to the side. It's weird.
Right, so that needs to get smoother and to have those algorithms worked out, or whatever the programmers need to do. I won't pretend like I know what they do. But it's got to be smoother. We're getting close, though. We're getting close to quality VR games. And I'm waiting for that blockbuster to come out where we sell millions of bundles of this headset and game that comes with it.
I think
it's just going to be groundbreaking.
I think that will happen. I think it just needs some more time, or a great developer like Valve. They did the Half-Life Alyx, which people have been waiting on Half-Life 3 for almost 20 years now. About that. We gave them a little taste with the VR. People liked it, but it's just a short little, it's not a whole game of doing that. A developer like that's been on the forefront and makes it their focus, I think that's where you'll really start to see some good quality VR content rolling through. People actually start going, okay, I do need to get a device, which I haven't really got a feel for. Most people I know maybe put one on. A friend had it. They're not serious like VR gamers because no reason to be it. So.
Yeah. I can't wait till there's nerdy VR. It's like, the people who first got PCs and were like, oh, dude, PC gaming is the best. There's going to be these VR gamers that are going to be like, guys, you got to try this VR gaming. It is awesome.
Oregon Trail and VR.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, I just got syphilis. Or
New age and nostalgia all in one.
I can feel myself dying. It's realistic. I have to touch on this because it's just reality. With that comes all the dirty adult things too, like full body suits of VR with like pleasure, like vibrating parts too. You're gonna see some weird stuff come along with all this technology.
Well, we all know what drives that technology. It's tickling the pickle.
Yep.
Shaking the bacon.
That's what I've been told. That's what I've been told.
Feeding the geese.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
New Year, man. 2022.
You gotta try it. It's just like they got sex bots in Asia. I don't know. I'd probably give it a whirl once, see what it's like. I'm up for new experiences.
And I've heard like there's a good portion of the female population in Japan that aren't too happy about all those little sex dolls going around because men
all that good cum.
Men are like, I don't have to go out and spend 20 million yen on your ass. I already got Betsy Sue back at my domicile.
1,000 yen whenever I want.
Yep, and she don't get lockjaw. How you like me now? All right. Um, what's next on the docket? There's so many things. We've got so many things.
So we can do the quiz, or we can talk a little dungeoning.
Let's say the quiz for last. I'm going to embarrass myself at the end with my lack of knowledge. So yeah, you had talked about dungeoning, like the specifics, maybe picking a dungeon or...
Yeah, I thought we'd talk about some of the base game dungeons, because there's not too many mechs in most of them that'll really get you, unless we're talking Fungal 1, in which I have a rough time with the no death, to say
I
the
really,
least.
really wish I had my Price is Right losing horn. Or the right there. Those are just some bad little things, man. It's not like Fungal Grotto 1 has your number. I mean, come on.
It's I also haven't been back in there, but it's it's killed many a no death for guildies that there's a couple one shot mechanics you should be aware of.
I thought you were just throwing them a little taste of your mortality.
I'd like to think that's what it was.
Just like Bruce showing them that the gods can bleed too. That's all it is.
But hey, we all make mistakes. And the final boss, man, you gotta stay out of the AoE. If you get caught in that stupid, what's gonna happen basically is on final boss, they suck you in. They chain everyone to the boss. And then an AoE starts growing from the boss's feet once you get released from that CC. Well, my slow ass either thinks, oh, I can just block through it. It's Fungal Grotto 1. Or I think, I can just backpedal. Like, I don't need to, run or anything. Who needs a roll dodge? And
It's Fungal Grotto 1, right? What's the worst thing that can happen?
that is incorrect thinking. That is Brue being wrong. You need to stay out of those AoEs because they will kill you. There's not many in Fungal 1. That's one of them.
And you know what? That AoE and the one from the first little ogre and Scale Collar when you go up the steps, big AoE he presents. Both of those sometimes won't show for me on their first time. So it wasn't a couple weeks after you had your deaths in Fungal Grotto. Fighting the boss, let's get our easy key. I'm dead. Because that never showed. But hey, we never showed. I was just right next to the boss, and everybody started making fun of me, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, if I'm like, I didn't see the AoE, that goes. But I truly didn't. It didn't.
Oh yeah, this guy
show
didn't see
for
the
me.
AoE. Go figure. Just
So now,
ruin the no
now I just
death.
don't stand next to him. I just stand across the room and light attack.
Just always keep plenty of distance.
We'll still get our speed run under 4.5 minutes. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, in Fungal Grotto 1, the mechanics are relatively straightforward. Tank, as long as Tank has taunt, nothing's gonna really one-shot you. Unless they don't, they don't pick up one of the heavy ads and add heavy attacks you. Gotta be looking for those gold sparks. Even if you're not a tank, gotta be looking for those gold sparks that come out of enemies' heads.
Now, let me ask you this. Can you recall a hard mode that just specifically gave you, and it could be a trial or some segment that gave you just the worst time, where you didn't necessarily maybe not look forward to going back, but you were like, oh man, this thing gets me every time, or this, I hate this. Is there anything that stands out to you?
I would say the hardest lesson, we'll call it a lesson, but what I dreaded the most, I'll just tell you what, I'll do one for dungeons and one for trials. The trial one came to mind first, and that was running the backyard on Mall of Lorcage on Vet. Because I was very unaccustomed to having a wipe on my hands. I wasn't a support role, so I'm not like the tank who, if a tank makes a mistake, you're gonna wipe the group. So it was a true DPS mech that I needed to run and learn, and It took a little while. I won't lie. It took me quite a few runs to truly nail the path. Those reps were very yeah. Those reps were rough, and you feel like shit.
Yeah, and all eyes are on you. Yeah.
I mean, it's to the point where like the raid lead's like, hey, what's going on back there? Like, it's okay if you wipe 3 or 4 times, but we're wiping a lot. Like, what's going on? And so, like, I'd say, hey, like I'm still having a tough time. Like, can I get a sub? And you hang your head in shame as you finish the trial. It comes with reps. And now, like, I try to sign up for all that stuff. I like getting those reps. I like doing portals for Cloud Rest. I like doing ice cages and portals for Sunspire. Like, I may still mess up, but I like volunteering and learning the mech. So that's the trial. In terms of 4-man, which one gave me the toughest time?
There's a few to choose from.
Probably March of Sacrifice is hard mode. Because way back when I said, hey, I want a personality. Like, I want an earned personality. I had maybe 2 skins. I had, like, the Ruins of Maz and Cradle of Shadow skins. And I said, oh, I want to do this. So I got hooked up with some of Optimus's friends. Not Callie or Crowley. It was other people that were in a guild Pooney had started at one point. Either way. And we got to the hard mode. And we were in there a solid 3 hours. Just hard mode.
Wow.
Pulling and pulling and pulling. Because we would
And
get
dying.
through clean phases. And we said, okay, we just need to put it together. Like, we got through the standard phase and then the hunt phase. We said, all right, we just need to keep replicating that. But, like, stuff would keep getting us. The wolves would get us one time. And, okay, we wiped. And, okay, let's start over again. We all died because we were on land. I got to start over again. So just having all of those mechs constantly occurring was punishing.
That's a good word.
Because
that's a great word to use for that.
Man. But I'll tell you what, we said last poll, it was one of those classic, all right, guys, like, I'm getting tired. Let's give this our last poll. And for whatever reason, this is true in ESO. You can ask any ESO player. The odds are you might actually clear at that time. Because everyone's going to knuckle down, get their sip of water, focus up, and say, all right, we got one more poll. Let's make it the best poll yet. And a lot of clears happen that way. Well, we finally did it. It was getting to be, I think it was like 1:30 a.m. And I said, okay, like, I got to make this my final poll. And we did it. We finally did it. And that sense of accomplishment after being just manhandled by these mechs for hours.
It's a great feeling. Especially if you can enjoy it before you have to pass out for your next day at work or whatever.
It's a high. It's a high. But how about you?
Yeah, dude.
What's a mech or what's a dungeon and trial that was rough?
I'll say that was a rough experience for me. We were doing an AA hard mode. It was the first attempt at that ever, and Opti was there, and it was the don't move, and I was like, well, how do I move? I got to line of sight, right? And I think I was using daggers at that time because I was like, I'm so cool, I can just use daggers everywhere on my mag bar, and I think I ended up switching a staff, and then I just got on the outside where I could move freely, right? Because we were just dying to those lightning AoEs, and I fell off the edge twice in that hard mode. that you can't just get rezzed because the fight's going on. I think it was like 5 seconds into the fight that I went off, so I was like, oh my god. I gotta leave the instance and run back in, and that's what I did to try to rejoin the fight. And that happened twice, and won the fight, and didn't get it that night. Dude, I felt really shitty. But I got over it, got back in there, did it. And felt better about it. Polar man, I have such good people with me. It's been a while since I can remember. I mean, I have my moments. Black Rose will make you think you suck, even if you're all doing pretty good. Just because so many things can get you. I usually don't get too embarrassed, but there's moments where I'm like, but I'll call myself out and be like, you dumbass, I'm being stupid. You know what I mean? So I don't get too down about it. But that Vatashran, that triple bang I had recently, where I was really disappointed because I had it to 3%, and I should have been smart, but I have a Jesus beam, and I wanted it dead, and it didn't work. I don't know.
Execute's such a rough time because everyone's like, "Oh, just push it," and like sometimes, no, you gotta still obey other mechs.
Yeah, but at 3%, and there were so many ads right there, I was like, well, I can't grab a synergy. I'm down. I'll have to dodge roll out, survive, and then maybe get back on it before another ring starts. I was just thinking end it. And it didn't work. I haven't been back in there, but I did do well in that run, so not too discouraged. All the time it happens, like in our progs and stuff, like we're pretty good with each other. Like, I see how you dangs are with each other. They're so comfortable with each other, the dang boys.
Yeah,
they give each other shit.
I like subbing for the dangs. It's because like everyone's expected to know the mechs, which I appreciate. So like we'll go over like hard mode mechs, but like the rest of the time it's either we're focused at least when I'm subbing, we're focused in pulls. There's not a lot of talking happening because there doesn't need to be.
Right.
Or it's like, hey, we're just doing ad pulls. Like, you can chat casually and go through a vet hard mode if it's like more of a casual run. And like, you don't have to talk about mechs that much because we all know them. Like, if you run Scale Collar with a dang at this point, they don't, unless they need to explain it to you for your benefit, they're not going to really discuss mechs.
Yeah, they all know that side, or if it's something new. And I love running with the dangs. Love you guys.
Absolutely, dang,
you guys
dang.
are awesome.
Much
Been at it for a long time.
The dangs have been around a long time. I wonder when their anniversary is.
It's been more than a year, at least.
I thought. They've been dang
a good staple. That's why I like running about any of you guys. It's good because there's patience. It's building each other up too. That's a great part about this guild. It's like, hey, some people haven't been through something, don't know shit about it. It's okay. We'll go in there and learn together.
Absolutely. Encouragement.
You can learn a lot while you're on your back.
Yeah, there's still stuff to see. Still mechs.
You can tap target while you're dead too.
Yeah, that was wild.
Gerb brought up.
Yeah, Drew mentioned that in chat. I was like, what? I had never even thought to try such a thing.
Look, I'm already tap targeted on the guy that killed me, so now what do I do? It's fun stuff, man. Good little tips like that, dude. Like, there's little things like that. I'm still constantly, I say this and people don't care because it's a nerdy thing, but like I practice my dodge roll reses because you can start resing mid dodge roll. It means when you come up out of your dodge roll, you're already, the meter's already started. Especially if you're like middle of shitty battle, you don't have the quickest res. That can save you from an AoE that's right next to you because the new one won't start. Because you're already in movement anyway. Little things like that. A lot of little tricks that are cool.
Absolutely.
We should do that. We should have an episode where we just do tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks. Different mechs. Explain that one from Moonhunter Keep with the Spriggans.
Or we can just keep going through individual dungeons and be like, cover a dungeon in a week or something like that. Some good. Yeah.
Also, I want us to stream a dungeon. What we do one time while we talk, we just play through, and that'll be our visual, maybe. What do you think? Leave in the comments below if
Ooh,
if you'd
yeah.
like to see us, run some content while we do a podcast sometime.
I might get extremely distracted.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's what the visuals are there for. Kind of see what we go through, and we can kind of joke a little bit in the meantime. Just
Yeah, let us
show how
know,
we do
man.
some of the harder stuff that we do, or
You adoring
whatever.
listeners, give us feedback. Let us know.
Yeah, we always love some suggestions how we can make this better, more exciting, and we keep saying we're going to add some visual stuff. That's still coming down the pipeline. We just got to get a little bit more going. That's all it is.
A little tougher with, the holiday.
Yeah, a lot going on, and that's cool. That's to be expected. But this new year brings so much more new, fun content, exciting new opportunities to entertain and be entertained.
All right, Dark, so you have a choice. We're going to move on to the quiz. But we can do
Okay.
general trivia quiz. I got 5 questions for you. Or we can play,
So just-
what Elder Scrolls race are you?
Oh man, you know what? I'll let you decide.
We'll save the Elder
Surprise
Scrolls
me.
race. Let's play actual trivia. Because these are some older
Okay.
questions that I feel like you might do very well at.
All right, I'll try to give the answer in a timely manner. I'm not looking any of this up. Get my word.
Appreciate that.
That's
Let me get the music. Little intro.
I'll take the physical challenge, Alex. Oh, wrong show.
All right. We'll let it play through.
Yeah, I'm writing my answer down. I don't know what the question is.
We don't know the question yet. Final Jeopardy question. But here we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right.
Is it Miss
question
Pac-Man?
one.
Oh, okay.
Question 1. What year was Atari Inc. founded? So we had talked about
Oh my
Nintendo when you quizzed me. What year was Atari Inc. founded?
Oh, my best guess. I'd say dude, I have no idea. I'd say 60s or 70s. So I'll go with 71.
Oh my god, you're close. 72.
73. 2.
But I'm going to give it to you because you were within a year. I was off by like 100 years, so I'd like to.
Did you guess like the Nintendo things?
1740. They made
Yeah.
little wooden joysticks. Play out divining rods. All right.
So like Atari, an old company in my eyes. 72. Nintendo, also an old company, but
150 years old.
Yeah, what the hell? Anyway, well done on
around.
question 1, Mr. Darkside.
I'm a nerd. What can I say?
All right. Question
Ready.
number 2.
I feel like one of these is going to be really difficult.
What was the first known video game to be played at multiple computer installations?
Oof. First video game to be played at multiple. That would.
So I imagine this is in the time of when computers took up whole rooms. Hence why it's
Dude.
installation.
Like a. I have no idea. Like a Hangman? Fuck, I don't know.
Decent guess. Game called Space War.
Space War. Oh man, George Lucas ripped them off.
Yeah, it is. It kind of looks
It's
like
a tough one.
Battleship to me.
Everybody knows Space War.
Yeah.
That was the first LAN party where you needed actual land, like a land party, because you had to have all the land for your computer to be on, because they were so big.
So good try on number 2. We're gonna say you're shooting 50% right now. We're giving you number 1.
Hey, I'll take it. Thank you.
Question
Giving me
number
the
3.
fucking ancient questions because I'm ancient, man. I
This
got
one's
you.
not as bad. This one I think you got. Which game is considered the first fixed shooter and set the template for the shoot 'em up genre in video games?
I would probably say Space Invaders.
Absolutely correct. Set the genre off with Space Invaders.
Yeah, that was a game changer for sure.
They still sell Space Invaders. You can still play it and like get one of those, like plug it into your TV and like you get a joystick and play.
Oh yeah.
You can still get that kind of stuff at Target.
Like you remember those little Tiger handheld games in the 90s? The little shitty.
90s hand count game.
No.
I don't think so.
For those of you playing at home, the little Tiger games where it had like this little anyway, they sucked. But they were games.
All right. I'm trying to find a decent one for you.
Oh, thanks. I like decent questions.
I'm trying to stay away from dates because like those are hard to like peg on the dot.
Yeah, you're either on it or not. There's a lot more knots. Options out there.
All right. I don't want to make me pull this up though. There you go. Question 4. In the first
Ready?
Metroid, what planet does Samus fight alien monsters on?
Plebes?
What was it?
Phoebos? Phoebes? Phoebes?
Damn, you were close. Zeebs.
Zeebs! Oh, God.
So I had to clarify. I said, oh, I maybe he said Zeebs? Yeah, Zeebs.
I didn't. Yeah, that I was thinking of Phoebes from Friends. That's
Oh,
why I
you
got
shouted
that.
out like you played did you play Metroid?
Absolutely, I had the original copy. Was astonished when it was a woman at the end, even though I had the Nintendo Power that told me she was going to be a girl when she took off her helmet at the end. But yeah, hell yeah. Gotta take out Mother Brain, man.
That's cool. Metroid's a dope game. I played like a retro version. Well, I guess what was considered the original version. On like a simulator port kind of thing. It was fun.
A ROM.
ROM, there it is. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I love some ROMs. So the new, Metroid Dread is out. The new one that they were working on for like supposedly over like 12 years, and then it got canceled. But it came out October, and it's supposedly really, really good. I don't have a Switch, but I want to check it out. Zeebs. Got it.
I got a
I'll never
Switch.
forget that.
Switch was nice.
Metroid Prime was great on the GameCube too. Little first person shooter Metroid. That was a lot of fun. I always dug the
here's a good
Metroid
one.
universe.
Since we were talking about it earlier. 5th and final question.
Bring it. Bring it.
What was the first Grand Theft Auto game to use 3D graphics?
That would be Grand Theft Auto 3.
Correct, Mundo. You truly are a GTA fan.
A classic, yeah. And the reissues just came out on Game Pass, or at least I think San Andreas did 3, and I've been having a blast going back through that with some redone textures. It's pretty cool.
Do you want to play a bonus question for shits and giggles?
Oh, giggles and shit's my favorite. Let's do it.
It's more of a new age question though, so I'm not sure you'll get it. This is where I think I'll get you.
Maybe if it's a MOBA, I might not know.
Which game did Zynga, Zynga, release on Facebook in 2009 that reached 10 million daily active users within 6 weeks?
Pokemon Go?
Incorrect. Farmville.
Farmville. I knew Zynga makes all the stupid little
Those
fucking games.
stupid Facebook games, but I won't lie, they hooked me. That was my
Yeah, I played
generation,
Farmville for
baby.
a hot minute. God damn, Zynga. I have so many like app games that come up Zynga on my phone that like I played a baseball games, a couple other games. Like, yeah, that's a good question though. Fucking Farmville. Oh my god.
So, like, these are more questions I know. What is the most downloaded freemium game series of all time? Angry
I should have
Birds.
thought of that too, because Pokemon Go didn't come out till like what 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
13, 14 maybe?
yeah, it was a little later.
I was in college.
Good quiz questions. I like them.
That was fun. That's fun. It's fun to see how much we know. Clearly, you were better at the back in time questions, prehistoric questions.
I'm actually pretty good with modern ones, but we'll test that at another time.
Oh yeah, I think we need to keep doing this, and we should definitely do this with guests.
Yeah, our guest. Who's gonna be the
Next week.
inaugural?
I'm planning next week's our first guest.
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
So get ready. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Bounce the ball off somebody else.
We get to just quiz them and interview them to death. We get to do whatever. We gotta have our way with them.
Oh, hey, all right.
For all
They're
of
at
our
our mercy. That's good stuff.
Damn, you got a damn good evil laugh. Oh my god, fitting for
Practiced
dark
it
side,
a lot. Got some variations of it too. I'll try to throw them in on later podcasts when I'm real happy and evil, feeling a little megalomaniacish.
Got a little light and dark action.
Hey, that's what we're all about. You want a turkey? Well, you get the light meat or the dark meat. That's how we roll. Whatever you want.
I'm a light.
Yeah, I'm more of a white meat kind of guy.
All about bringing it. All about bringing it.
I do like a little dark meat every now and then. Ladies. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I think we all
cool.
know what it means. Oh, I think we all know what you mean.
I'm innocent.
Well, thank you. I mean, we got through the docket. Kind of a longer one today. A little longer.
That's cool. People like it longer sometimes, They can always speed through.
It's not about longer, Dark.
But
It's about how you use the time or the length you got.
Yeah, that's right. Be efficient with the length. My best advice.
I'm feeling like Toasty, making just lots of dirty things.
We have Toasty on here. We're going to have to put an MA rating up for 1 week.
On the album cover. Parental advisory.
The fucking Tipper Gore thing.
I think quite a few of our guests, we might have to put that advisory out there.
It's okay. If we ever have fun this on, it might just be a dark cast.
Just a dark cast.
That's good stuff, man. Well, I'm looking forward to it. You do anything tonight? We do anything tonight in game? This won't apply to anybody listening because it'll already have happened. That's how time works.
Yeah, this episode will pretty much be released tomorrow still if we can get the editing done tonight, which I think we can. In game, I don't know. I'm going to do my event tickets, see who's on. I might get some rest, though. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, I feel it.
Because I've been back and forth from my place to my family and traveling around, so we might take it easy, watch a little Sunday Night Football, fall asleep. How about you? What you getting into? Saw some people were trying to form for Black Rose.
we'll see. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm a little run down to myself, but might get into a little something for a little while.
If nothing else, I might just do pledges and call it a night. No, get 5 keys, some loot. Say bang bang.
Oh yeah.
Well, guys, thank you as always for tuning in to the Dark Brew podcast.
That's Brue. I'm Dark, and you are you. So
I'll put all of our links and whatnot in below. Check out the Discord. Check out my Twitch. Share this with
thanks
friends.
for listening.
Rate us 5 stars. Comment. Give us feedback. You're the best. The best.
Hit that like button. Subscribe.
And happy hunting.